Hello Pisces, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your reading for the second half of April from the 16th all the way through the 30th. General, as always, it won't resonate with every single person, so please do take from it what makes sense for you personally and release the rest. If you're interested in your own reading, that information is down below in the description box. I will, of course, include a link to the decks and creators that you do see here today. And cross-watchers, always welcome. So Pisces, let's begin. I'm going to be time-stamping this down below since I'm separating the messages for the divine masculine and then the divine feminine. So typically for these readings, I've been doing the Love and Life series. So this time around, we're doing songs in the key of love, musical messages for this love connection. So I'm going to be using both of my Heart Songs decks. So for the divine masculine, we're going to use volume 1, and we'll go ahead and grab maybe 1 or 2 songs, and then I'll go ahead and grab a couple messages from the Real Talk with Him Words of Wisdom deck. All right, Pisces. So for those of you who would like to watch this portion of the reading for the divine masculine, let's get started. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces. What are the musical messages here? All right, so I'm probably going to grab a couple of songs here. Your Song by Elton John, one of my favorite songs. Somebody could be an Elton John fan. So here are the lyrics. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no. Or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. Oh, I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. You could be thinking of a masculine here, especially if you're feminine, watching for the divine masculine. Maybe your masculine is a musician, they could be a songwriter, they could play an instrument, or it could be that they love this song or parts of this message, these lyrics tied into the connection. Let's grab another song here. I'm guided to this one. We have If You Leave Me Now by Chicago. Somebody could also be from Chicago, could be your masculine. Or maybe you're both from Chicago. So let's go ahead and read the lyrics. A love like ours is love that's hard to find. How could we let it slip away? We've come too far to leave it all behind. How could we end it all this way? When tomorrow comes and we both regret the things we said today. So this masculine is not wanting the feminine to leave. But maybe you guys are in separation or at a distance from one another. Maybe someone moved back to Chicago. That could be a particular message for some of you guys. But as it says, a love like ours is love that's hard to find. And maybe it's also worth fighting for. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some additional messages here. All right, so on behalf of the divine masculine, angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces. What else do we need to know? I'm guided to this message. She didn't mean anything to me. Okay? So the masculine could have been with somebody else. Take that if it makes sense. And the masculine is clearly indicating to the feminine, that person didn't mean anything to me. But perhaps the feminine isn't buying it and is leaving or has already left. Which is why this song is coming through. If you leave me now. A love like ours is love that's hard to find. How could we let it slip away? Okay, so what I get for the divine masculine is that they really want the feminine to know and understand that maybe they did mess up. Maybe they ended up thinking someone else was their ideal person. But that ended up not being the case. Okay, let's grab another card here. I'm guided to this one. It's only a failure if we both stop trying. Let's not give up on us. Exactly. And that's what I'm getting when it comes to this masculine. They don't want to give up. They don't want to lose the feminine. There could even be particular songs that this masculine hears and it reminds them of the feminine. Okay? So let's add to this and see where else this is going to go when it comes to the connection with the divine masculine and how they're feeling about the feminine. Clearly, it's letting you know here. It's like it's only a failure if we both stop trying to work on this. Okay, so let's grab some cards from my Silhouettes deck here for Pisces, focusing on the divine masculine. Angels and spirit guides, please. What else do we need to know? What else? I can't make it up. Look at this. The masculine got their hands dirty. So it could even be the feminine saying, you knew what you were getting into, now clean it up. Okay. Interesting. So I do feel for some of my feminines, you did detach. Maybe you broke up with this masculine because they were with somebody else. Could have been a third-party situation. Breakfast in bed. Okay, that could have been something that you guys enjoyed together. We've got break free. We've got dance like no one's watching. So what I'm getting here for some of you, the breakfast in bed card says the best way to spend the day after a passionate night of lovemaking. But it's right next to dirty hands, you know? So this could have been a masculine that had a one-night stand, but the card after that says break free, take control, and get out now. So that's why this says she didn't mean anything to me. So they could have made a mistake. They got their hands dirty, but they broke free from that. They took control of the situation, and they want you to understand, Divine Feminine, that, again, it's only a failure if we both stop trying to fix our relationship. But what I get for my feminines watching for the masculine, because this card says dance like no one is watching, is you're kind of doing your own thing. And maybe you don't care what people think. You're just focusing on you, your own journey, your own healing. You don't care who's watching. We've got sweet indulgence. There's that sweetness right there from that possible one-night stand for some of the masculines. Sweet indulgence. Yours is a love so sweet it gives me a sugar rush. But the thing is, with indulgence, it almost feels like it's something that we shouldn't have. Right? Because it's an indulgence. It's not something that you have every day. It's a treat, so to speak, you know? That sugar rush is temporary. This could have been a temporary situation, but it did enough damage for some of you that we have a feminine here who decided to leave. And then we've got loneliness. I've seen these clouds before, but I don't ever recall them looking so sad. It must feel this emptiness in my heart and the storm falling down from my eyes. I mean, there were definitely some tears that were shed here. Maybe by both of you. Feeling very lonely without each other. And the masculine definitely wanting the feminine to know, it's like, let's not give up on us. Let's not give up. Because if you both don't work at this, then it's going to fall apart because it requires two people to work on a partnership, not just one, despite whoever is at fault. And obviously what's coming through here is we have a divine masculine who could have cheated on the feminine here. So let's add to this. Let's see what else is coming forward. So I'm going to pull from my Heart and Soul Love Oracle. Angels and spirit guides, please, focusing on the divine masculine, Pisces. What else do we need to know here? Yeah, we've got a feminine here who was really hurt. Someday. You only see the part of me that I let you see. The tough exterior, the poker face, no sign of the hurt that you put me through. I'm never going to let you see how fragile I still am on the inside, that there's still a part of me working on healing and my personal growth. I'll be okay without you, eventually. So if you are feminine watching for this masculine, and if you relate to what's coming through here, this is you focusing on your healing. But perhaps this next message could be coming from your masculine. Chances. We take chances. We have to take risks in love. Sometimes we get burned. Sometimes we get stung. The key is to never stop taking chances. You never know. That last chance you take might be the one that leads you to the ultimate happiness. It's only a failure if you both stop trying. If you don't take any more chances or don't want to take any chance at love when it comes to this connection. But my feminines, perhaps, here's where you're at. You're rejuvenating yourself. Rest. That's what I need. I haven't had the opportunity to put myself first in so long. I've always put you first, but you never appreciated it. It was exhausting trying to make someone happy that couldn't even find happiness within themselves. This is my time, restoration time, and when I'm ready, love will find me again. So I kind of feel here, it comes down to timing. And this masculine is going to have to do a whole lot to convince this feminine that it's worth another try. But we do have peace. I just want to feel peace in my heart, but that's never going to happen as long as we're apart. I know we had to let each other go due to circumstances beyond our control, but I will never stop wanting you. Please don't stop hoping that someday we can find our way back to each other. You are my serenity. But the thing is, right now, we've got a masculine and a feminine who might not be on the same page. Because there's that same word again, someday. And this feminine is convincing herself that she'll be okay without this masculine. Eventually. Right now, this feminine is still healing. And we have a masculine here who realizes that the peace in their heart was due to this feminine. But instead, they chose to get their hands dirty. Could have cheated. There was infidelity, trust issues, secrets, lies, you name it. Realizing after the fact that this feminine represented that serenity in their life. So my feminines watching for a divine masculine, your masculine is still very grateful that you guys connected in this lifetime, despite what happens from here on out. A message to thank the universe that it did good bringing us together in this lifetime. Even if you guys have gone your separate ways and if you guys never come back together, they're still really grateful. But at the end of the day, they would prefer to have this with you. Forever and always. And this card does say no matter how you look at it, sideways, upside down, backwards, forwards, and everywhere in between, this is how I want us to be. So my feminines, are you able to find forgiveness? Or is it too late? This could be your response. You have a masculine who broke you, who hurt you. I ran away from you because I was afraid. I've given my heart before and my heart was broken. I don't know how not to run. All I do is run from love. I've gotten so used to the pain, I'm almost numb to it. Maybe, just maybe, I'll give it one more try. So that could be your response for some of you, my feminines. This masculine clearly wants another chance, and maybe you're willing to give it another try. And it makes it very difficult for those of you who tend to run away from love because people have repeatedly hurt you. That could be a part of your life's history, that you've experienced lots of situations here where you've dealt with masculines that ended up hurting you. And so trust could be a factor here for some of you. willing to give it one more try, take another chance, so that it's not a failure. And your masculine wanting you to know that you are loved. You are loved. Yes, they got their hands dirty. Yes, they made a mistake. But I believe, just based off of what's coming through here, it could be a thing in the past. They broke away from it. They broke free from it. But the damage has clearly been done. So the ball is in your court, I feel. The divine feminine watching for this masculine, the ball is in your court. Can you find it in your heart to forgive? Or are you going to leave? Your masculine doesn't want you to leave. They want to try again. Are you willing to try again too? So let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's grab some tarot messages here and let's see how it's going to play itself out. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use the Sacred Secrets of the Heart Tarot by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces. For the divine masculine. Can this masculine turn things around, or is it too late? They definitely have some regrets here, okay? Or maybe you both do. It depends on if you are representing the masculine or the feminine. This is Cups. This is a Pisces reading, so whoever represents the Pisces in this equation, you could be a cross-watcher watching for a masculine Pisces. But what I'm getting here is the divine masculine could have some major regrets over how things played out, and they're feeling quite lonely without the feminine. That came through already. Okay? Regrets, feeling lonesome. And I'm just kind of feeling here, despite what happened, you're both lonely because you miss each other. The love is here. But I also feel that the feminine might still be healing and not even ready to interact with the masculine because of what went down. We have strength. Some of you might be dealing with a Leo masculine here. Or it could be the feminine who's the Leo. The strength card is about tapping into that inner strength. In this particular deck, it does say gently transmute. There's this need for patience and to know and believe that you can overcome these things. You can overcome the difficult things that you guys have dealt with in this partnership. But you have to both be in. That's why this is coming through. Because even if the masculine is at fault, they can't fix this by themselves. It requires help and effort from the feminine also. So with the death card, it makes sense for me because something ended. But something can rise above the challenges. This connection can rise above, like the Phoenix. Like this death card is coming forward with that energy of transformation and a transition here. The end of a cycle, that needed to happen in order to create change. In order to bring about a fresh start for the two of you. We've got this Eight of Cups. Okay, so some of you might have decided to move on. But part of moving on too is to let the past go. To walk away from what happened. To leave that part of the situation behind. Because there's nothing that either of you can do about it. It's a thing of the past. So either this is moving on together or moving on separately. And that's why this seems to be a very crucial part of the equation. I'll read it again. It's only a failure if we both stop trying. Let's not give up on us. We're focusing on the divine masculine here. The masculine does not want to give up. But my feminines, it's up to you. Six of Swords makes such sense. Transformation, transition, heading towards tranquility, serenity, calmer waters here. Some of you might be dealing with an air sign also. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. The Six of Swords is another card of leaving things behind and moving on. These two cards next to each other, you can't ignore that one. Leave it behind, move on from it. Leave the past behind you. Move on from what happened and either decide for yourself that you're not wanting this anymore and you're just going to move on, go in a different direction, which is certainly your prerogative. Or you guys can move on together. We've got the Lovers card here. For some of you, maybe your person could be a Gemini specifically. This is a soul connection. This is a very special soul bond. Soulmates. A deep love between two people. So much attraction here. The sexual chemistry is still amazing. That energy is still presenting itself. But the Lovers card presents you with a choice, a decision that needs to be made. So my feminines watching, your masculine perhaps knows and understands that the choice is yours. If you don't want to try anymore and you're just wanting to move on, they're going to have to accept that. But they're clearly letting you know here, this is what they want with you forever and always. But at the same time, very grateful to have connected with you. And no matter what, they will always love you. So you see how we've got tranquility right here? That's what they want because you represent that peace. But it's up to you. My feminines watching for this masculine if you're willing to give them another chance. Magician, manifesting visions, manifestation of your soulmate coming back, being a part of your life once again. Or for some of you guys who are choosing to move on, this could be manifestation of your ideal mate, finding new love by detaching from somebody that cheated on you, that hurt you. A masculine that got their hands dirty. Okay, so you've got some choices here, my feminines. And the masculine is quite aware of that. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this. I'm going to pull from the Twin Flame Angel Numbers deck by Mystic Moon. What additional insight for Pisces Divine Masculine here? What other advice needs to come through? What's the advice for the masculine? We've got 555. Your angels are with you during this time of change and transition, you see? There's changes happening here. We already know that. The transition from the Six of Swords and the Death card. Your angels are protecting you, my masculines. They know that this is hard. They know that this is not easy. We have 000. Examine situations with your third eye. Do not rely on your human eyes to be your true guide. Trust your gut, your intuition. Seven, 111. Triggers brought on by your counterpart are necessary for the healing of past wounds and traumas. And Lord knows we've got some wounds and traumas here that need to be healed. For those of you that resonate with a twin flame connection, we've got 8338. You and your twin flame are mirroring each other's thoughts at this present time. So you guys might actually be on the same page. Both knowing that if you stop trying, this relationship is a done deal. $11.33. Commit to being the best version of yourself and enjoy the positive impact it has on your connection. This, I feel, is something that you both need to work on individually. And hopefully coming back together, being the best versions of each other, so that you can commit to fixing what's broken in your partnership. And bottom of the deck, which I absolutely love, is 404. What is meant for you will never be held from you. Have faith that Spirit is taking care of everything. You see? So if it's meant to be, truly, between the masculine and the feminine, the universe will be able to move whatever mountains need to be moved for two people to come back together, to overcome the obstacles, to go through this transition that's much needed to move you guys forward, away from the past, leave it behind. There's nothing further that you can do in the past. It's done. Okay? All right, so let's wrap it up here for the masculine. I'm going to go ahead and grab some final guidance from the Universal Heart Oracle by Angelic Revelation 144. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces, divine masculine. Final advice. Whoops. Okay. Welcome surprises will be coming into your reality soon. Spirit has seen your struggles and wants to reward you for your dedication to your spiritual path. Many destined changes will now occur. These changes are divinely designed to bless you and put you on the correct path. I love it, because I feel for the divine masculine, this is so needed to get them onto the right path. That path might eventually lead them back to the feminine. So it's time for both parties, really, to leave the past behind and to move on, because part of that journey might just bring you guys back together. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave this portion of the reading when it comes to the masculine. So let's go ahead and take a look at the energies when it comes to the divine feminine. All right, for those who are interested in watching these messages for the divine feminine, let's take a look and see what comes through here. So I'm going to be using my Heart Songs of the 90s deck, and then we'll grab messages from the Real Talk with Her Words of Wisdom deck. All right, so for those watching for the feminine, here we go. So let's take a look and see if it ties in with the reading that I just did for the divine masculine, or if it's a completely separate storyline. Take bits and parts of it from both, whatever makes sense for you. You could do that too. All right, so let's grab a couple songs. I'm guided to this one. Every Time I Close My Eyes by Babyface. It feels like springtime in winter. It feels like Christmas in June. It feels like heaven has opened up its gates for me and you. And every time I close my eyes, I thank the Lord that I've got you. Beautiful sentiments right there from that song. So every time they close their eyes, you know, they think of you. They feel the happiness in their heart because you are a part of their life. Let's go ahead and grab another song here. We do have Last Goodbye by Jeff Buckley. This is our last goodbye. I hate to feel the love between us die, but it's over. Just hear this and then I'll go. You gave me more to live for, more than you'll ever know. This is our last embrace. Must I dream and always see your face? Why can't we overcome this wall? Maybe it's just because you didn't know you at all. Kiss me. There could have been one final kiss between the feminine and the masculine also. That's pretty deep. So what's presenting itself here, and it kind of ties in with what came through with the Divine Masculine reading, is that some of you guys are not together. You had to say goodbye. And what did come through from that first reading was that there were infidelities, that we have a masculine who got their hands dirty. But I just really feel when it comes to the masculine, they regret it. There could have been seasons that have passed, seasons that have changed, which could be an indication of how much time it has been since you guys haven't seen each other or interacted. Okay, so we'll see what else is going to come through here. But that's what's presenting itself. So let's grab messages from the Real Talk with Her deck. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces, Divine Feminine now. So we could certainly have a masculine here who's very appreciative and grateful to have connected with the feminine, but clearly an indication possibly for some of you that you're not together. Might be because of third parties or infidelities. I'm guided to this message. The signs will be more prominent the more you choose to ignore them. So if there were red flags here, especially the feminine maybe ignoring it at one point in time, and so this could be a lesson learned. The signs will be more prominent the more you choose to ignore them. So I kind of feel here for some of my feminines, maybe you saw the signs, but you just didn't want to deal with it. Choosing to ignore it rather than acknowledging it. Let's grab another message. Make sure your heart is pounding for the right reasons, for the right love, for the right one. Exactly, because not every connection will be the right one, which is perhaps why we have a masculine here who might have said goodbye to the feminine, or it could be the feminine who said goodbye to the masculine, possibly due to infidelities, deception, or something challenging really that happened. Well, we'll have to dig a little bit deeper, but that is what's coming through, okay? Let me set those guys aside and let's go ahead and see what else needs to come forward. So I'm using all of the same decks. So I'll use silhouettes once again. Let me just shuffle this really well. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces, focusing on the Divine Feminine here. All right. Let's see. Stillness. And look at this. This card is popping up again. Dirty, okay? When we're surrounded by life's overwhelming demands on our time, our space, our obligations, our relationships, sometimes all you need is a minute to catch your breath to find yourself again. And I really feel for the Divine Feminine. You're choosing to surround yourself with just quiet, peace and quiet, and that stillness. Some of you might really enjoy meditation or just having some downtime, quiet time to yourself, healing from this experience. A masculine who got their hands dirty, and it does say you knew what you were getting into. Now clean it up. Clean that nonsense up. And in the meantime, the feminine is saying, I'm going to spend time on my own because I need a minute. I need a minute to really reassess where I'm going. We do have tenderness. No other arms could ever hold me. No other heart could ever love me. No other lips could ever kiss me quite as tenderly as you do. So this could be the masculine realizing after the fact, after there could have been infidelities and cheating going on in the partnership, that the love that they shared with this particular feminine was actually a beautiful relationship. That it was a very tender kind of love that they failed to perhaps see when they had it. We have tranquility. In a world of uncertainty and chaos, you are my peace. And I believe that came through from the first reading with the masculine. Seeing the feminine as that peace and serenity. And they created the chaos. But also, I feel realizing this after the breakup, after the separation. So the divine feminine, this could be the response right here. Rejection. That door is closed forever. The opportunity to fix it has been dismissed. When the one you want no longer wants you, knowing the love story has reached the end. So we might have a feminine here who has had a change of heart as a result of infidelities and a masculine getting their hands dirty. The feminine at one point in time could have really pictured a future with the masculine wanting to marry the masculine someday. From your smile to your kisses, I can't wait to be your missus. But I do feel for some of you, that did not happen. You guys ended up parting, going your separate ways because of deception in the partnership. Could have been a very painful ending. All right, so let's continue. Let's see what else. I'm going to pull from my Heart and Soul Heart Oracle deck again. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Pisces. Divine Feminine. What else do we need to know here? So a painful goodbye, a last goodbye. I mean, we do have that last goodbye song right there. And, you know, going back towards this song, every time I close my eyes, for some masculines, that's all they've got are the memories. You know, they close their eyes to be able to reminisce because they can't be with their feminine. They can't be with the divine feminine. They know they messed up. They know that they've created a mess here that they need to clean up. Road trip. Some of you guys might have enjoyed really going on trips and vacations together. I will walk through life with you any day, any time, always and forever. Just hold my hand and don't ever let me go. Let's travel this journey together. As long as you're with me, the road ahead will be an amazing adventure. It can be, or it was, before all of this drama unfolded. We've got reasons. I've tried to move on. I've tried to forget. I've tried to love again. I've tried to remind myself that the reasons we had to let go of one another were good reasons. But when two hearts are destined, there are no good reasons. This distance, separation, my grief and loneliness from missing you, it's all too much. Please come back. A message from the masculine, perhaps, to the divine feminine. Could have also been love at first sight. This divine feminine really made this masculine happy, but at the same time, there were infidelities here. It was love at first sight the moment I saw you, from that first glance that I knew was meant for only me. The brush of your hand against mine, your heartwarming smile, and everything about you that brings me joy beyond measure. Thank you for choosing me for life. We've got the bride card right here, so some of you guys, take this only if it applies. You guys could have been married. You chose each other for life at one point in time. So there could have been an actual marriage here for some of you, or you talked about commitment heading in that direction. This is much needed cleansing, okay? Mistakes in love were clearly made. We have a masculine who got their hands dirty. Mistakes in love, it's a part of growing, living, loving. We don't always make the best decisions. We cross boundaries and go after those that are not meant for us or are good for us. We get our hands dirty. I can't make that up. We get our hands dirty through gained wisdom, time, and owning up to those mistakes. We create change. So the masculine here has to be able to cleanse their hands, to wash their hands of whatever they did. More than likely, infidelity and cheating is what I'm getting. So it could be my feminines who are in this energy of just really needing stillness and to be alone. That is what's presenting itself there. Okay, makes sense. So this card reads, we spent so much time trying to find that ideal partner, our soulmate, that we forget to throw that energy into ourselves, to find love within yourself first, before you can find that love elsewhere. It will find you once you can spend time alone and get to a place where you enjoy spending time with you. This could be something that you would both benefit from. But I really feel when it comes to the divine masculine that ended up hurting this divine feminine, they need to cleanse, own up to what they've done. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this. But this is a very prominent message that seems to be coming through. They got their hands dirty. And we might have a divine feminine here who's rejecting the masculine because of infidelities and indiscretions there. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and grab some tarot here. I'm going to use the Sacred Secrets of the Heart Tarot by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces, divine feminine. Trapped, limits. Swords representing air. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You know, and perhaps the divine feminine was in this mental state of feeling trapped and isolated as a result of what this masculine was doing. Feeling imprisoned and trapped in a relationship where there were indiscretions. Ace of Swords is new clarity, possible new beginning here. So we've got swords coming out. This is a breakthrough though, right here. It can be a very victorious energy, but that victory could simply fall on the lap of the divine feminine and rather not so much the connection. Maybe this is something that the feminine really needs, is that new beginning, to start fresh, to start over. Finally seeing things clearly. No longer trapped in those thoughts. The feminine recognizing that, you know, there are possibilities and choices in life that could move in a different direction towards fulfillment and happiness. This is simply clarifying the affair, the deception, the lies, the secrets with that moon. But, you know, this is interesting, Pisces, because the moon represents Pisces energy. So for some of you guys, take this only if it makes sense. It was the Pisces in this equation who got their hands dirty. So if you're watching for a masculine Pisces, it could have been that person that got their hands dirty. Because that's what the moon represents. Okay, so take that if it makes sense. We've got the Four of Wands, which is a beautiful card. Foundations, possible marriage, reunions, harmony, a happy home, a happy life, a cause for celebration. Could be a wedding. So I do feel for some of you that you guys even talked about this. Maybe you were planning a wedding. We've got the bride card, remember? So it's either a wedding that never happened, marriage plans that fell through, or this could, of course, represent future energies for the divine feminine, a future marriage, happiness, walking away from someone who was deceptive and finding love elsewhere. We've got cups coming through. Pisces, this is your own water energy. And then you've got the Chariot, Cancer for some of you guys. Page of Cups, love messages, the Chariot, overcoming challenges, a triumphant outcome here. So for some of you, the triumphant outcome is you guys are able to face whatever these signs are, the red flags, and address it, figure it out, and move forward. And for others, you're choosing to focus on yourself, spend time on your own, and that triumphant outcome could lead you down a very different road where you can find love elsewhere. Somebody that you know you can trust, somebody that you see yourself building a life with, having children with, getting married, sharing a home, all of it. So you can have these things, Divine Feminine. It's up to you who it is that you experience it with. Because if you guys don't end up working on the issues in the partnership, then what I'm getting for some is you're choosing to move on, have a new beginning in your own life, and finding happiness elsewhere, which is certainly your prerogative. But there are those of you, despite the ending, despite the goodbye and the separation and the distance, maybe you're willing to give this person another opportunity. So whatever feels right in your heart, if you feel that it's right to work on this connection, follow your gut, your instincts. Going back to this message, make sure your heart is pounding for the right reasons, for the right love, for the right one. Be mindful of who that right one represents. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and add to this. I'm going to pull from the Twin Flame Angel numbers like I did for the masculine. This is by Mystic Moon, so let's go ahead and see. What's the advice here? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces, Divine Feminine. What's the advice for the feminine? 0550. Your angels say to wait and bide your time for better results. Okay? So have patience. Don't do anything hasty right now. Just wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. A forward momentum is beginning to take shape in this connection. So for some of you guys, part of that forward momentum is that you guys will overcome the challenges. And that's exactly why we've got the Chariot right there. You can overcome those challenges as long as you're able to tackle those red flags, heal from the past, so that it's not something that you're going to be dragging forward with you towards the future. $11.33. Commit to being the best version of yourself and enjoy the positive impact it has on your connection. And I really feel this alone time would be quite beneficial for both the feminine and the masculine. Working on yourselves individually before you can come together. That simply will strengthen your partnership. For those of you who are going through a very difficult time still, we've got 1313. Earth angels are surrounding you as you face a challenging time in your connection. No doubt this has been challenging and it's been very difficult. And you've got people in your life, your support system, that are there for you. Let's grab one more card here. 1155. Don't take opinions personally. People can only understand things from their own level of perception. Absolutely. Because sometimes our friends, our family, they want to put in their 2 cents. But at the end of the day, how you feel, that's all that counts. That's all that counts, you know? Let me grab one more. I'm feeling one more card here. We've got 229. Patience is required. as one twin is still struggling to gain clarity with current challenges. Makes sense to me. There is a reason why there is this need to just hold off on doing things, to not do anything hasty here. So just wait and allow perhaps more time to unfold, because somebody needs clarity here. And we are focusing on the divine feminine. So it's either the feminine who needs to have patience while the masculine figures themselves out until they're able to finally see and gain clarity. Or maybe this is something that you both need to do in the meantime. Okay, so pay attention to these numbers. If you happen to be seeing them throughout your day, it's trying to grab your attention. Okay? All right, and finally, some final guidance for the Divine Feminine. I'm going to pull from the Universal Heart Oracle deck by Angelic Revelation 144. Angels and Spirit Guides for Pisces, Divine Feminine. What's the final advice for this reading? Final guidance for the feminine. So either these two sections made sense for you, or feel free to grab whatever parts of it made sense for your situation. Spirit wants you to know that we are aware you have had your fair share of trials and tribulations, more than some could bear. Your endurance has made you stronger than you know. A fresh chapter of endless potential is about to begin within your life. You are sowing the seeds now for a blossoming new beginning. I love this. Challenges that have held you back in the past will no longer seem insurmountable, as we have created the perfect soul partner for you to navigate through life with. We will support you both to find your way towards each other and rejuvenate your life to see a wonderful transformation before the end of this year. Expect miracles and we will deliver. That is so beautiful. So either some of you guys end up reconciling and coming back together, finding your way back to one another, or your angel guides, your spirit team helping you to be able to grow and to maneuver your way through life to help you find that perfect soul partner for you. Miracles are on your side, Divine Feminine. And there's that need to have patience and wait. Okay, so just hang in there. I have a feeling here that no matter what happens, you'll be quite pleased with how life unfolds for you and what is meant for you. Okay, so that's what I've got for the collective for Pisces this time. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Hopefully whatever part of these readings resonated with you helps you out. And if you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.